Hello, 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 hello. Hi, everyone. Once again, this is the third series, third webinar in our series. So, in previous two sessions, what we did is first we set up our PC using Dockers, and we reached at a level where we can run the no code apps like LangFlow, and also we installed the N10, which we are going to explore in near future. So after doing this entire setup in the first session, second session, what we did is we started exploring the LangFlow in depth. We check each and every component, and we see that how a basic flow can be built, where we tried making a very small bot and like we worked on that. So what are we going to do today is we are going to start with a user specific things where we are going to tackle each and every use case. So today what we wanted to do is we have taken one example where we are calling this app as an stock flow. So idea is to build an entire application which do the research and provide you the analytics about that particular tool. And this session will include everything like how you start building an application and everything it is as an easy method, like how you can use the chat GPT for doing these things, then how you can make these things using the LangFlow. So all these things we will cover in this particular session. We will see that how we design the basic blocks and everything. So doing all such things, this like making this entire stock flow app, we are going to cover it into the 2 to 3 sessions, okay, where we will take it from very basic to very beginner at the advanced level. And you would be thinking that what is the advancement in this? So in LangFlow, there is an option for creating your own custom tools as well. So we will explore that part too. We will see that how other things can be integrated in it and how ultimately you can make a tool or connect it with a small chatbot kind of a scenario where a person comes, he log, he comes to the page and you enter the script name and you provide the details about it, even with the recommendations and all such things. So that's all is the plan or the idea about it. The reason behind it is what you will learn. First thing is you will learn that how to make use of tools, the basic working for agents, the like your LLM models, and how we can build the custom tools or the entire pipelining. So all those things you will learn in this. And also, it seems to be one interesting topic. So I hope that everyone will enjoy this part. After this, we will also see that what are the different use cases we can come and we can build around that. So without any further delay, what we'll do is we'll just go to our accelerator and we'll see that how this thing works. So I hope you guys are able to see this whiteboard and the app which we wanted to build today is StockFlow. Okay. So now when I say that it's StockFlow, what are the things I wanted to do? So I can say that like the basic requirement of user. So he will give me one stock symbol. Now what is stock symbol? So suppose for Infosys, okay, it's INFY. For SBI Bank, this is SBIN. Okay, so anyone who is interested into this finance or the stock market, they are very well aware about the symbols of all these stocks which they are interested in buying or like trading everything. So now after doing this thing, what are the details we would be looking for? Okay, so just think it from the perspective of like as a product. So what we want is we want the latest price, maybe the details of company, Okay. Then historical trend. Okay. Then based on historical trend, this and latest price, we do the technical analysis and the fundamental analysis. Correct. So these types of things we do while doing this thing. So technical analysis, the person who are doing the trading, the fundamental analysis is being done who are more interested into the investment. But the moment when we are developing a product, we need to cater about each and every aspect of our audience so that we don't lose anyone. So to perform the technical analysis or the fundamental analysis, there are several things involved. Okay, so suppose if we talk about the fundamental analysis today, so it needs the balance sheet data. Okay, it also needs the cash flow. Okay, and at the same time, whenever we are going with the technical, it goes with all the ratios. Okay, like P ratio and ROI, and there are several ratios like this. Okay, which will be needed to analyze like how is this stock is actually performing, and ultimately what do we want? We want a recommendation, correct? So recommendation and recommendation for like new entry or if existing, then keep holding or exit or maybe like what you can say that hold X percentage. Okay, so that's how we wanted to look at this product today. So what are we going to do is we'll go to the chat GPT and we'll say that design a product requirement document. We call it as a PRD. You can build it using this, okay, but in real life, we build it with a lot of brainstormings, like as I mentioned it on the whiteboard. So design a product requirement document for our stock communication to our stock flow. Exchange on the okay. We'll just rectify the spells. That's the name. It's okay. I'll zoom in so that you can see it. Start. Okay. Now let's see what it builds. Okay, so it's including my company's name. Ignore that. So the purpose is to provide the documentation. Okay, so use AML to generate the personalized stock recommendation model. So what are the features? Yeah, these are the things. So they say that there should be a user dashboard where they can see the overviews, portfolio performance tracking. Okay, it's an optional. Okay, so market snapshot. Okay, stock recommendations, daily, weekly stock suggestions, risk pick categorization, correct? The strategic tags, then filter by the sectors, filter by horizon, risk appetite filter, then charts, indicator. Okay, so all those things, if you see that if you have the raw data available in the backend, you can plot the chart, you can provide the key financials, like correct. So we mentioned that there are a lot of ratios, technical ratios, which we use for the technical analysis. Right? So then alerts, exit signals, and then educational hub also. Okay, so these seems to be the functional requirements, all the functional requirement, non-functional requirement, and then data sources, what was the data sources. So yeah, here it comes. So the Yahoo Finance is one of the tools which can provide you the historical data. So we'll see all these things. Okay. Now leave all about it. We'll focus on this thing, but that too we will build using the LangFlow. But the idea is this is how a basic PRD or like document looks like. And we actually build the PRD document before jumping to any of the product in the real time. Okay. Because we have the entire brainstorming. And now then it becomes our Bible that whatever is written, the features we have included, we actually need to develop them. So without any further delay, what we'll do is we'll open our Docker desktop and the line for what we will. So you can start it. Start, you can just click on this and yeah, we'll be here. So now we'll create a new folder and we'll call it as a webinar. YT webinars. Okay. So in YT webinars, what I'm going to do is I'll just create a new flow. And I'll start it from the blank flow. Okay. So as usual, I'll do is I'll take a chat input and similarly I'll take one chat output. Okay. Now we will see that what is the best method where we can get the company details. Okay. So for any company details, we can go and we can find it on the internet, right? So we'll go and search for the tools. And there is this internet search tool which is free that's called the Telco search. So I'm bringing it in. Okay. Now definitely we want there should be one agent. Okay. So idea is that we will build one agent. This will be like agent. Okay. And this agent will have few tools. Okay. Now there may be like tool one, tool two, tool three, tool four, tool five, whatever the number of tools we have. Okay. Just give me a call, right? Tools. Okay. So it will have the connect with the tools and then it will also have one LLM and we will be using LLMs like the Olam LLM. So just writing here LLM, like you can use it based on your application. So the agent can take use of LLM. Now, ultimately, we will have one input. So this input is nothing, is just a chat input, which will ask agent to perform something. And then just based on that, and this will become my output. Okay, so this is the basic flow. Now, what happens is, as an input, we send something to the agent. Based on that, agent use the tools and use the LLM. And based on this entire things on analysis, it will say you the output. Now there is one more layer which you call as prompt. So prompt can be fixed here. Okay, to increase the like your like the accuracy of your inputs behavior, and we will discuss about it right now. Okay, so we are at the line flow. So first, what I'll do is forget about the two. Okay, let's do it in that way we designed it on that chart. So first, what we will do is we'll go and we'll take an agent. So, so okay, I hope it's visible now. So in the side, there's an agent. I pull the agent in. Now, as we mentioned that we are going to use the custom LLM. So let's go to the models. Models will go to the Olama. Here it is. Okay. So when you are onto the Olama, we know that we use the local host colon 11434. And once you put that, just refresh here for the model name and you'll get all the models there. I'm going to use Llama 3.2 latest. Okay. And then I'll connect this as an model input. Now, there are also few methods, like if you were to go from here to the code part, or control part, basically, okay. You will go, you will see that here are the top A, top B, even the temperature will be there. So this is the temperature, okay. So you can increase, decrease based on all your input. If you want to, if you'll enable it, it will become here as an point. Okay. So one means it's like more creative. Going to zero, it's like more precise, whatever the information it is getting. So I'll let it be green, like 0.7. Okay. Also, I'll give it a system message. Now, what is system message? So system message provides like a basic behavior of it. So I'll tell that you experienced in search very, very rich. You have 11 million analysis for stock. Okay. So now by default, it knows that this is what is his behavior or what it wanted to be built for. Okay. Now we have the agent, we have connected the language mode. Now what will I do is I'll go and put the input and outputs. Suppose I will check the input. Similarly, I'll go and I'll set up the chat output. Great. So we have set output as a response, input goes to input. Now we need the tools. Okay. And whenever when you are dealing with the stocks, you also need a current date. So I'll use this current date and I'll connect it as a tool. I'll give it to it so that tomorrow, if it wanted to find out like on which date we are actually working, so it should know. Now I'll connect it with the Asia Kolkata. So now your tool is there and it will give you the Asia Kolkata date as a tool. Okay. You can also use it as in form of prompt also. We'll connect it like that. And then ultimately we talked about a tool which is the search scope. Okay. And I'll also enable the tool mode and I'll connect it with the tools. Now here is the search queries there, edit tools. Okay, it's fine there. So now what are we going to do is right now, suppose if I open a playground and I say that where the basic information on SBIN and S. Okay. Suppose I'm writing all these entire things and I'll just make it copy. It's copied. Now I'll send it. And now let's wait for the response, like what kind of response it's generating. So that it's executing the go search, okay, and it found out. And it's saying that yeah, it's a basic information. The stock code is this is stock in this, it is the industry. What is the market capitalization is of 2023? Okay. Now I can just paste and provide the basic information from 20th, 20th April 2025. Okay, so what happens is it search only the input value. It didn't use the tool. Okay. So what we can do is we can go there, okay, helpful assistant, right, using tools, answer all the questions related to stocks. Okay. So I just modify its input. Now let's copy it from like question query what we mentioned. Now what will I do is I'll put it here and let's see what it provided this time. So look, if you click over here, you will see that what is the input value of the system. This is the basic thing it fetched. Okay, still it didn't. Okay, it used this deductive search tool. This is what he got as an output. Okay, now what will I do is let's read it. So it's again talking about like December. Okay, okay. So use use to fetch. So which we call them three. Okay. Now let's see how it figures. Why it's use again the terms and condition order access here. Let's try it again. Okay. So somehow like this, like the go, it's not allowing it to go like that. Okay. So there is one more tool. Just give me a minute. Let's come to the tools, and this is the this search here. Okay. So this thing also you can use the Google API also you can use Google Server can be used, but they all will require an what do you call it like the APIs, okay, external APIs. So they all need a subscription here like this, correct? So they all are paid. So even if you open, they need the Google API keys. It's also need a Server API keys. Correct. So they all need the keys. The core search is a free one. But somehow we found that it's getting stuck. Okay, it's not getting those details. So somehow we need to fine tune our prompt. So what I'll do is I'll click onto the prompt. Okay. And I'll also again take one agent. And why I'm taking this agent so that I can copy this statement of the agent because we have modified it a lot. So I'll open it and I'll replace it with this. Okay. So it's like in a manner our agent is reset. Now we'll go with the prompt and I'll delete this input. So I'll connect this here. Okay. Now chat input, what I'll do is I'll just take the stop. Okay. You to use internet provider to detail about stop. Now we'll say the stop symbol. Not just a live, but it will stop. This will be common report. Report use the internet. We also say on use the internet for the detail about the install. This should be the property. Okay, let's try it out. Okay, so we have saved it. Whatever. No, what let's just no, input variable content, invalid character. Okay, so it should be like this. That shouldn't be have any space or something. Now it's done. Now stock symbol I'll directly take from the chat. Now let's run our playground. I'll open this one and I'll just write here the SPIN. Let's see what it provides. Okay, so now you see it more detail about it. Okay, so SBI Systems Limited, I don't know, SBI System Technology company that provides it's talking about something else. Okay, so we'll have to modify it again. What if it sends that the State Bank of India? Okay, it's happening here. Yeah, here it is. Correct. So scratch using this .successful. Here is the detail. This is the company's detail. Okay, this is the stock performance, and then this is the revenue, profit margin, the dividend paid, the average accommodation, and the conclusion. Okay, so somewhat somehow we are getting using it now. I will like rearrange it in better way. Okay, so we call the first change. Set input. Here, and this is what is our output. So now if you see it, mode like this, so that you see here we will bend it in the form. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is what we built here in the diagram. The agent has LLM, the tools. This agent has LLM, this has tools. Then it has the prompt input and output. So it has some prompt input and output. Okay. Although it looks good, but of course change it if that sense. Okay. And I'll arrange all the things. That I'm go on top. Okay. Now you see that what happened if I change its parameter. So I bring it to the fully created. Okay. Now let's click here again and search the same thing, the State Bank of India. So, execute on top and then ultimately saved and will be shown on to the downside. So let's see what's happening. Say execute. Okay, so this is the latest one. Took 10 seconds. Okay. It's showing all the values to the March 2022. The reason for that is like it's stuck with its own limited memory of 2023. Okay. Although it's bringing all this information, it's preparing a nice thing. Okay. Now let's see. We go there. This is the input, and what output they are getting is zero. So the DevTech search flow is not providing any output to this tool. Now, why is that happening? For that, we will have to go and we have to go to the controls, and then the search query will come from there automatically. Max results, 5, the next thing. Now let's try it again. We'll find a new one. Yeah. We'll focus on it. So again, look, this is the input and the output. What we are getting is almost zero. This may be because like the Twitter Pro is not allowing them to search the internet. So now we have the two more methods. Okay. So from them, one we will discuss today. Okay. And let's see that how we can do it. Suppose if I go to the Google and I go and again. So, okay. Now suppose if I search for SBIN NSE or SBIN um, information in just also like that. Okay. And if I search something like that, we got something here, or we got something onto the Wikipedia about the companies. Correct? That's great. So the company's detail we can bring from the Wikipedia. We'll go to the LangFlow and we'll see if we have any tools listed with the Wikipedia. And yes, we have the Wikipedia tools. Wikipedia and the Wikipedia. So I will connect the Wikipedia. Okay. And here it provides the data. So it's not like the tools. So I'll connect it as a tool mode. We'll be connected to the tools. English, number of results 4. Perfect. Okay. So now let's go to the tool. I'll click it again. Let's say take plan of India. And now let's see that. Does it go for the wiki or not? Goes to the depth for search right now. And it's generated with the result. Okay. What happens if I remove the data search go for a while? That's connected only with the Wikipedia. Let's go and we'll say plan for India. That's accessing the Wikipedia content. We're searching, we're just searching what the streaming look. Okay. Let's see, it got the outputs. And if you see here, it got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 parts of section. Okay. Just hide it. Yeah, I don't know, like the government shareholding banks, the change of time. So it's fetching any random detail about it. So if you just look at that, we say that in this you will forward the number of users that the SFO. Correct? Now it says that the tool input. So okay. What do we share in the prompt? You should make sure that information what the brief is. Instead of it, let's say that detailed introduction about the Indian stock in the form of report. So here again, I'll open it and now I'll go to the state of India. Okay, so now you see that it's actually going to the Wikipedia. You know, we'll fetch the data from there. That's waiting for the response to be generated. So again, it got the response. And based on response, it's analyzing and it will generate the final detailed introduction about this. So here it is. Yes, it's there are the several types of banks, financials. So you see that it's having so much hallucination, it's providing anything from that. So to reduce that, what we will do is we will reduce the creativity part of this chatbot, like the not the chat. Now I'll just copy this, paste it here only. I want it to be bound with specifically to the State Bank of India's introduction part. Searching for this response, I think it's generating data on that. So here it's the answer. It says that the basic bank, there are 12 nationalized banks in India. These are the regional bank, this bank. So it's just talking more about the bank instead of the SBIN. So let's try giving it the code SBIN. SBIN, so this why it goes in the middle, I'm not sure. It's better to try it on the new page. So let's see. Okay, it started accessing the Wikipedia. Indians.sbin. This is the operating part. Okay, so it's got the more detail about the Indian stock first. Those were the main phrases. So how this thing search that also depends. So what we found is like we have built a basic prototype which works with the tools, but that's not as per our expectation. Okay. So this happens when like you are using a direct thing, direct tools available in the tool market. Now, what other thing can be done is like there is one option called the new custom component. And using this, we can create an entire tool, okay, for an entire custom part, which will work as a tool and which will provide the inputs to our data. Okay. And also like how we can refine this one more tool, like for fetching the data. You see here, that's the URL. How using URL we can fetch the data, but how we will design the custom URL. So those all are the questions. So in the coming sessions, what we will do is we will use this our basic structure, okay, and we will enhance this app. We will build our custom tool. We will see how we can make use of this URL tool and what if we use the connections of agents. So all these things we will see in our coming sessions where we will take this app from this basic level to the advanced level. And you will see that how we do all these test and trial methods. how we create a PRD, how we follow that procedure, and how we want to build each and every functionalities now. Okay. So I hope you guys would have found it interesting at least. So just stay tuned. This stock flow is not over yet. We are going to spend two more session on that. And our idea is to at least see that how using LangFlow you can bring your idea to MVP level. Okay. So that's it for the day. Stay tuned and share it with your friends if they guys are also interested in this. So that's it. See you. Bye bye.